Celebrity car tier list. Lock in.
From million-dollar hypercars to the strangest rides that you'll ever see, this is the celebrity car tier list. Leonardo DiCaprio drives battery-powered cars because he cares about the environment. F tier. Christian Bale.
Well, aren't battery-powered cars also not great for the environment and how they're made?
Drove a Lamborghini Murcielago in Batman, a Ford GT40 in Ford vs. Ferrari, but in real life he drives a Toyota Tacoma. D tier.
Nah, that's a bad vehicle. That's a badass vehicle. Toyota Tacoma, it's beat up, you know, but it's got a lot of miles on it. It's a reliable vehicle.
Mr. Bean, also known as Rowan Atkinson, is a true car enthusiast, driving everything from a modified Aston Martin race car to a vintage BMW Roadster. But he's most known for his 1 of 64 McLaren F1 that he bought in 1997. It has 620 horsepower, it weighs as much as a Miata, it has no stability control, no power steering, and no driver aids.
That's actually terrifying, dude. That's just a fucking death trap that costs $1 million. Oh, he crashed it.
Bean crashed his McLaren F1.
Really? Really? Oh my God. Was he riding it in the UK, the country where it rains every fucking day?
Twice. The first time he rear-ended another car and damaged the hood. The second time he smashed into a tree and a road sign and his car caught on fire. The $1 million repair bill was the biggest car insurance claim in the UK, but thanks to the magic of
$1 million repair bill, bro. I'd just say it's totaled and buy a different car.
Appreciation, he was able to sell the F1 in 2015 for $11 million more than what he bought it for.
That's a crazy investment. $750,000 car, you sold it for $11 million.
Very tasteful collection. S tier. Kevin Hart is a subcompact human, but his cars are massive. One standout in his collection of classics is his 1970 Dodge Charger Hellraiser. The modified muscle car has a 7-liter supercharged engine with 1,000 horsepower and a lightweight carbon fiber body. The performance company behind the build also installed a roll cage for safety, a precaution likely taken.
I don't know, bruh. The one thing that I'll always say about fucking really fast sports cars is, like, I would love to own one, but unless you're bringing it to a racetrack, a lot of it is just looks. Like, I've thought that if I ever get a nice car, I would more likely buy a luxury car than a really fast supercar. Because unless you're bringing it to a track or illegally speeding, you're never going to see the max capacity or capability of that vehicle.
Hey guys, I woke up this morning to find this giant spider on my front doorstep. Check this one out. Holy mackerel. Wow. Wow.
The LaFerrari is an ultra-rare hypercar. It combines Ferrari's most powerful V12 engine with an electric motor.
Ferrari really is just a rich people car. Like, obviously, so are Lamborghinis and Porsches and all these other vehicles. But if you drive a Ferrari, that's like the epitome of you have money. Like, if somebody sees you in a Ferrari, they know it's expensive. No shit. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, right? There's a lot of really nice cars, right? You could own a Nissan GTR, and that's $160,000 car, like MSRP. But you could drive by somebody, and they won't even know it's expensive, right? Or a Lamborghini, it's expensive. But if you see somebody in a Ferrari, they're going to assume you're giga rich. And everyone knows what a Ferrari is, because it's always the car villains drive in movies. It's always the car that's driven by, like, the really fucking expensive rich aficionado or investor in whatever business film or whatever you're watching, right? Ferraris are always just brand known as rich people cars. Whereas if you drive, like, you could drive a $500,000 Cadillac or Rolls Royce, and most people aren't going to know that it's an expensive car.
The 499 recipients of this street-legal race car were handpicked by the brand for being their most devoted customers. If you want to get on Ferrari's exclusive list, just buy 20 of their cars, attend all their events, build
20 of their cars to get on their list.
Build insider connections and be an ambassador to their brand. You'll have to ride Ferrari if you want to ride in a Ferrari. It's not surprising that Gordon Ramsay was one of the lucky 499. Not only does he have an insane Ferrari collection from the F12 TDF to the SP2 Monza, but he also has a strong relationship with the brand.
I think my career runs parallel to the understanding of the word Ferrari because it's...
Oh, this is so cringy.
By the way, you might have noticed that God tier only has room for one person. That person has the best collection on this list, and it is not Gordon Ramsay. Pope Francis got a Lamborghini Huracan in 2017.
What? The Pope? Nah, that pisses me off. Why does the Pope have a fucking... The Pope has a Lamborghini.
17 as a gift that was hand-delivered to him by the Lamborghini president. The Pope...
Oh, okay. I thought they bought it for him. I was going to say, no way they're taking church donations and buying him a Lamborghini. No, I was actually about to get so pressed for a second. I was going to say, if they're taking church donations and buying the Pope a Lambo, that's so dumb.
Then blessed the Holy Huracan, but he never ended up driving it.
I mean, yeah, it probably just sits in a garage.
Rather than doing heavenly highway pulls,
The Pope's like fucking 90.
Francis donated his Miracle Whip to charity and instead drives an old Renault 4. The Pope encourages his followers to drive humble cars and focus more on helping the less fortunate. He says that before buying a fancy car, just think about how many children are dying.
And then you look at those shit-ass televangelists that are literally just con artists and don't even, in my opinion, believe in the religion and just con people for millions of dollars so they can own private jets and fly hyper expensive cars because they need to travel quick to help their followers.
Not enough.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, when you get 16, you're good to go.
Justin Bieber.
Oh my God, dude.
Got a Diddy flavor.
Jesus Christ. P. Diddy gave him this car?
The Lamborghini Gallardo as a 16th birthday present, and he's been acquiring crazy cars ever since.
P. Diddy gave Justin Bieber a $200,000 car for his birthday?
Like this Batmobile-style Cadillac CTS.
Nah, that is weird.
The car was fitted with suicide doors, and it's fully blacked out. Just like
that is a sick car.
Diddy's victims. Justin also bought a Ferrari 458 that he decided to cosmetically modify. Despite a colorful wrap and a wide body kit, he still somehow managed to lose the car for 3 weeks. He also has a leopard print Audi R8, a hazardously shiny Fisker Karma, and a Rolls-Royce Wraith that was modified to look like a concept car.
Oh, see, that's a badass car. Nah, that's fucking sick. That's some ugly as fuck. Nah, that's some shit out of the movies, chat. I would drive that.
Once you get enough money and status, normal things just don't cut it
That's ugly as fuck. A leopard print Audi? No.
anymore. This applies to
I hate leopard print.
more than just cars.
A leopard print clothes is fine. Leopard print anything else is just overstepping, dude. Like, it's just like, it's just people obsessed with leopard print.
Justin's collection isn't nearly as bad as some other people here, so I'd say B tier. In 1999, Jerry Seinfeld bought $1 million building in one of the best neighborhoods in New York City, but it wasn't for him.
That building's $1 million? God, chat, just look at the beauty, dude. 24-hour active driveway. Lovely.
Building in one of the best neighborhoods in New York City, but it wasn't for him. It was for his cars. Seinfeld owns the rarest Porsches of all time, with his most valuable being his 1969 Porsche 917K race car. Its 4.6-liter 12-cylinder engine makes a measly 515 horsepower, but the car is incredibly lightweight, giving it a violent 0 to 60 of 2.7 seconds. Seinfeld's model was the same one used by Steve McQueen in the movie Le Mans, which helps push its valuation to over $20 million.
Sell it! Sell it! Sell it to some dumb rich fuck. Any car over $1 million is fucking pointless. Oh my God. Bro, I would so much rather own just like a nice fucking Stingray Corvette. Why the fuck would you keep this vehicle?
Fun fact, this car is actually about to be up for auction. So if you're in the market, now's your chance. Travis Scott has a $1.6 million open-top Maybach, a 1,500 horsepower Bugatti Chiron, and an ultra-exclusive LaFerrari Aperta. But the artist says that getting a nice car was never enough for him. He likes to customize them himself. One of his creations was this Lamborghini Huracan with a
That's so ugly. Dude, that looks like a Call of Duty camo I'd get for hitting 40 headshots.
camouflage wrap that hides him from traffic laws when he's driving on the wrong side of the road. He also sent a Lamborghini Aventador to West Coast Customs to get it chocolate dipped, and it looked so sweet that he started doing ad-libs.
But his life I cannot change.
But Travis got in some hot water when he bought a pristine condition BMW E30 M3 for 250 grand and modified it to look like a rally car. Travis Scott doing what he wanted to a car that he paid for was seen as an act of blasphemy to the BMW purist.
Well, yeah, no, dude, the car community, like very niche groups of like car fans will get pissed at famous people for fucking up shit.
Travis Scott decides that it's a good idea idea to build the car the way that you would build a rally car by drilling a light bar into the hood, painting it. Basically desecration of a historical artifact relative to the BMW community.
Then why don't you buy the car? You know, I think that's just like, I never understand that. Then don't sell him the car, knowing that he's going to do that, knowing that Travis Scott mods the cars. Whoever the fuck sold him the car should be the one that's like getting shit. You knew Travis was going to do that to the car.
It's a decent A tier. In the late 70s, Jackie Chan made a business partnership with Mitsubishi to exclusively feature their cars in all of his films. In 2005, the pair teamed up to make a Mitsubishi Evo 9 Jackie Chan edition. Only 50 of the special models were produced, with one of them going to Mr. Chan himself. The Mitsubishi Evo was known for dusting Lamborghinis on racetracks, and it quickly became a classic enthusiast car. But none of the death-defying stunts of Jackie Chan can compare to the stunt Mitsubishi pulled when it decided to jump off a cliff. The Jackie Chan.
Wait, the fuck? Their cars are 17 grand? That can't be true. That is so cheap. The 2024 Mirage G4 is only 18 grand.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson struggles with cars. When filming a scene for the movie Red Notice, Mr. Rock realized that he didn't fit in the set's Porsche Taycan, and the entire shot had to be rearranged. During a premiere event, he pulled up in a
He's too big that they had to change the car for him because he couldn't fit comfortably in
Pagani
it.
that apparently took him 16.8 seconds to exit. The Rock really likes the LaFerrari, but he would like it even more if he was physically capable of driving it. Thanks to genetic determinism, the
Bro called himself daddy.
Rock drives Ford pickup trucks. He recently picked up a Ford Raptor R. The truck's price was in the mid 100,000s, but The Rock probably doesn't mind, since his deal as a Ford spokesperson
Isn't he a billionaire?
is in the mid 10 millions. Being too buff to fit in a Pagani Huayra sounds like a tough life. Ex-President Ronald Reagan drove a car that
No, yes the fuck he is. Isn't The Rock one of the most paid actors ever? What is Dwayne Johnson's net worth? 800 million.
In the 1980s, American automotive manufacturers were under attack, as Japanese companies like Toyota and Honda began flooding the market with more reliable, efficient, and affordable cars. The US responded to this foreign threat the same way it responded to the COVID-19 epidemic: government policies and beating up Asians. Disgruntled US auto workers started taking their grievances out on Japanese cars and Japanese-looking Americans, so it makes sense that the President of the United States wanted to hide the fact that he had a Japanese-made Subaru Brat. This is a D tier
$4,000 car.
S tier lore, so it's going in B tier.
Pull up that video of Joe Rogan's Sick Fish 2.0. Bro.
Let's fucking go!
Joe Rogan likes the performance of
What is that image, dude? Yo, that is a fucking prime image, though. That's fucking hilarious. He just bent over.
likes the performance of modern cars, but the styling of vintage cars. And with infinite money, you can have both. Joseph's 1970 Plymouth Cuda was fully upgraded with all new internals and a 750 horsepower Mercury racing engine. He's also got a Gunther Works Porsche 911, which is an older 993 model that got an expensive reboot. He has some other cool resto mods too. It's a crazy collection, but definitely not God tier. F1 legend Lewis Hamilton says he hates sitting in a car for more than a couple hours. If he's out driving one of his toys and he suddenly loses interest, he calls up a tow truck to bring it back to his garage. Inside that garage, you'll find a McLaren P1, two
What, because he doesn't want to drive it anymore?
Ferraris, and a Shelby Cobra. But his coolest car is his Lewis Hamilton edition Pagani Zonda 760. The $2 million hypercar has a 760 horsepower V12 mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, and Lewis Hamilton hates it. The Zonda is terrible to drive. It's the best sounding car I own, but handling wise, it's the worst. That might explain why he crashed it in 2015 and sold it a few years later to a new owner that also crashed it. It's a strong A tier. Ford has beef with John Cena.
Dude, I don't care how much money I ever have. If I ever crashed a car that expensive, I think I would actually just break down in tears on the side of the road.
In 2017, Ford made a new generation of their
Even like hitting a curb, I feel like I'd freak out.
legendary GT supercar. But since it was in such limited production, you had to apply and get hand-picked by Ford if you wanted one. One of the lucky few that was granted the privilege to buy the $450,000 car was WWE legend John Cena. But there is a catch. Every buyer had to sign a contract that required them to keep the car for at least 2 years. So
Why?
When John Cena sold his for $1 million profit after 1 month, Ford said, "I'll see you in court." Cena agreed to pay Ford an unspecified amount, all of which will go to charity. In terms of his current collection, he has a lot of ridiculous cars, but his daily driver is surprisingly reasonable.
My daily driver is a Civic Type R.
Shut up.
The Type R is a wise choice. Elvis Presley bought a
Why do they have a daily driver? If you're that rich, just daily drive a supercar. Like, I'd just be driving the Ferrari every day. Why the fuck do I need a Civic Type R? Oh, I don't want to put miles on it. Brother, you can buy 10 of these fucking cars.
$2,500 pre-owned De Tomaso Panthera in 1974. The $10,000 mid-engine sports car competed with $20,000 Ferraris in terms of performance, but it struggled with reliability. One night, Elvis got into a heated argument with his girlfriend, and
God, he looks terrible in that. You know Elvis died from constipation on his toilet. He had a heart attack.
off steam.
Trying to take a shit.
When the car didn't start, he took out a gun and shot at it. Bullet holes add character. Many tall tales have been told about Cristiano Ronaldo's car collection. When the one-of-one Bugatti Lavatour Noir sold for $18 million, news headlines claimed that the buyer was Ronaldo, which turned out to be false. When a Lamborghini Aventador went airborne in London, people claimed that Ronaldo was behind the crash, but it wasn't actually him or his car. When an ultra-rare 1957 Ferrari 335S sold at auction for $35 million, news headlines claimed that Ronaldo had tried to get the car and was outbid by Messi. But Messi debunked this rumor with an Instagram post. Although much of the folklore surrounding Ronaldo's car collection is false, his real collection, valued at over $20 million, is still pretty cool. He's got some of the rarest Ferraris, McLarens, and G-Wagons, but his $9 million...
Bro, the G-Wagon's so fucking ugly. Oh my God. I don't know, man. Like, if you're gonna own a car that looks like this, just get a Jeep, dude. Like, I know it's like fancy and it's like just like a fancy Jeep, but... like, either just buy a Jeep or just buy a different car.
But his $9 million 1 of 10 Bugatti Cento 10 is his most legendary. Ronaldo's mythical collection must get S tier. Paul Walker didn't like flashy cars. According to his friend, if a car was too fancy, he was embarrassed. Most of the time he would drive around in a pickup, but for special occasions, he kept some things in his garage. He had a few American performance vehicles, one of them being the ultra-rare Celine S7, a car with so much downforce it could theoretically be driven upside down. He had a fleet of E36 M3 lightweights because he believed the special edition cars would go up in value, which they did. But Paul's legacy is most embodied in his Nissan Skyline R34 GT.
Wow, he bought like 7 of them so they would sell for a higher value. That is actually fucking crazy. He probably didn't drive like most of them either. Dude, rip Paul Walker, man. I remember when he died. I was so young though. I mean, all of us were fucking young as shit. When did he die? 2013, yeah.
TR. The R34 is the holy grail of Japanese car culture, with a powerful twin-turbo inline-6 and telepathic levels of handling. The fact that it was never officially sold in the US added to its allure, and its use in the Fast and the Furious movies brought it to legendary status. Paul's R34 sold
Paul Walker dated a 15-year-old. Is that facts? I actually did not know that.
In 2023 for $1.3 million. Solid S tier. Little Uzi Vert buys expensive cars.
Now I need a fucking fact check you, dude. I feel like you're just... I mean, I only see a Reddit post, which is what's annoying. Like, there's no, like, news article. Which is why I just never want to just be, like, immediately cave to that and be like, oh, yeah, you're right. So a Reddit post is not definitive.
And covers them with anime characters. D tier. Jamie Foxx drives a tank. It seems pretty inconvenient, I'd say C tier. After getting dropped by Thanos in 2019, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man days were over, and he started putting his focus on protecting the environment. He began investing in environmentally friendly companies, he changed his diet, and started a—
Bro, Robert Downey Jr. is... I know he has a lot of hype, but I still want to say he's one of the most underrated actors ever. His Sherlock Holmes is one of the best movie series. Chat, it's Sunday. I'm going to put y'all on a movie. Don't leave the Joe Bart stream. Don't leave the Joe Bart stream. But when you're done the Joe Bart stream in like 2-ish hours, go watch the Sherlock Holmes series. So good. Let me know tomorrow what your thoughts were for the 2 people that decide to watch. Don't leave now, please. No, chat, stop. Stop! Stop!
But he couldn't escape the guilt of owning his gas-guzzling car collection. So to pay for his environmental sins, he decided to convert 6 of his classic cars to be more eco-friendly through electric conversions, biofuel, and engine swaps. He gave away all 6 cars in a sweepstakes, and the proceeds were donated to environmentally friendly charities.
Bro.
Ellen
Why you can't throw that in F tier, dude? Ellen DeGeneres, bro. I have never liked Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know about her as a person, but I hated the Ellen show. Oh my God. It was always just so bad.
DeGeneres has a fleet of Porsches, and she likes to drive them fast. Luckily for her, she's too famous to get speeding tickets.
Literally, they will walk up to the car and go, "Oh my God, Ellen, I love you!" And then I get a selfie and. Oh, awesome! Yeah.
The rich get richer. At 7'1" and 325 pounds, Shaquille O'Neal doesn't fit in normal cars. His Ferrari 355, Dodge Challenger, and Mercedes S550.
Yeah, how does he buy cars at that size? Does he have to get them like customly modded?
All had their roofs permanently removed to make way for his human-sized head. Most of his cars were extended to give him more legroom, like his Lamborghini Gallardo and Vanderhall Venice Roadster. Some of his cars fit in
Dude, it literally looks like he's driving a toy vehicle. Dude, like that actually looks like a toddler, like Ford electric car that goes like 5 miles an hour.
Some of his cars fit in perfect.
Wow, dude. Is that a Cybertruck?
Like his armored Dodge Ram. But Shaq's most legendary car is something more fun-sized.
No way. That's your car? How do you drive? Look at that.
I gotta go, man. Bye.
The smart car gets him.
I gotta go, dude. I got an appointment. I'll see you later. He's sitting there with his knees over his fucking hands. He's like, all right. I get a K-turn. Can you back up?
In A tier. The undefeated champion Floyd Mayweather spends his money the way that God intended, but two of his coolest cars are no longer in his collection. Floyd bought a 1 of 2 Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. This fully hand-built 1,000 horsepower hypercar has a sparkling carbon fiber body that looks like it's covered in diamonds. Floyd sold it for $2.6 million. I'm guessing he really didn't like the car since that's a lot less than what he paid for it. Floyd bought a $3.2 million 2003 Ferrari.
I don't know, dude. These cars, like old Ferraris, they just look boring, dude. Like, I know they're hype and like people love them, especially like car fans. But if I had like Floyd Mayweather money, I would not be buying these cars. Like, I wouldn't be buying like old supercars. I'd be buying old classics.
Named after Ferrari's founder, it has a beautiful Japanese designed body, lightweight materials, F1 technology, and a naturally aspirated V12, making it an iconic car. Floyd sold it in less than a year. I think Floyd's more of a money enthusiast than a car enthusiast. He still has a ridiculous collection, but it's far from God tier.
This is my first time driving stick.
Haksua?
I actually like it. It's fun.
2000s pop culture icon Paris Hilton has a car collection that reeks of Los Angeles. Her Mercedes SLR McLaren is best known for its involvement in historic paparazzi shoots. Her Lexus LFA was a birthday.
Yeah, they were doing coke in there.
Her Lexus LFA was a birthday present from her rich ex-boyfriend. Her butterfly-doored BMW i8 has a custom wrap inspired by her Burning Man outfits, but none of these cars are her most iconic. And
why is Paris Hilton famous? Oh no, she had a reality TV series, The Simple Life, and a film, Night in Paris. The Hilton Hotel. Is she related to those people?
in 2008, she bought a $200,000 Bentley Continental, then took it to West Coast Customs to get it murdered out. The all-pink atrocity became known as the Barbie Bentley. S tier. 2 times sexiest.
That is not an S tier car. That Bentley was ugly as fuck.
Man alive winner George Clooney drives an 800 horsepower supercar slaying 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds beast. The Tango T600 is
that looks like if you turn the wheel 2 degrees, the car would flip.
An ultra-compact commuter car powered by 2 electric motors. Despite being built like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Tango is just as stable as a Porsche, thanks to its low center of gravity. Its roll cage meets race car regulations, making it safe for a 200-mile-per-hour collision. But with a 120,000...
I think if you got in a car crash at 35 miles an hour, you would die in that car. I'm going to call cap that 200 mile an hour roll cage required, blah, blah, blah. This fucking fits all the requirements. Okay. Run into a fucking Ford F-250 on a highway in that thing and you're gonna get flattened.
The revolutionary car never really gained any traction. Even the sexiest man alive could not make this car look cool. After buying a Ferrari 458, EDM producer Deadmau5 decided to wrap it in a colorful livery inspired by the Nyan Cat meme, calling it the Ferrari. Everyone loved the funny meme car, except for Ferrari. Ferrari had a mental breakdown. They sent Deadmau5 a cease and desist, forcing him.
Wait, what did that say? I wonder if the jackass lawyer Ferrari who sent us a cease and desist letter over the Ferrari is an unbutthurt now that I unwrapped.
Deadmau5 a cease and desist, forcing him to revert the car back to stock. Deadmau5 then bought a Lamborghini Huracan that he turned into the
Dude, if I had fuck you money like that, I would blow it up. I'm so serious. If I was dead ma and I had fuck you money like that, and I wrapped my Ferrari and they gave me a cease and desist, I would blow it up. I would film a fucking Instagram reel of me just chucking a grenade under the fucking bottom of the car and just go like this. Fuck Ferrari. And then, yo, literally.
This was a legendary PR move by Ferrari. It gets an
Deadmau5,
A tier for
Deadmau5, same
cultural
shit.
impact. Will.i.am was the founder of the recession pop music group Black Eyed Peas. He likes to buy normal cars and send them to West Coast Customs to get them tastefully modified. This particular creation began as a
Los Santos Customs.
1958 Volkswagen Beetle.
Me pulling up to a LA mechanic, assuming that I'll be able to just custom mod my car on a fucking TV screen. All right, so where's the iPad that I could just choose what I want to do to this thing? How much is it to put a tier 5 engine?
Which costed $900,000, and it was apparently made to inspire kids to study science.
There's just a Will.i.am tier.
What's up, guys? I kind of bought a sports car.
In 2017, as the YouTube checks started rolling in, MrBeast decided to buy a $100,000 BMW i8.
Jeez, look at that. Have you ever seen a better looking car?
Unfortunately for Jimmy, at the time he was still living in a $300 a month duplex, and parking a supercar in front of a trap house only ends in one possible way.
Did somebody carjack him?
Today, we are gonna rob this house. Here's a rock. Chandler, smash that window!
I bought that car and then someone robbed my house and then stole everything I owned because they were like, oh, this car is worth more than that house. Let's rob the fucking house.
After getting robbed, stalked, and arrested for street racing, MrBeast got rid of his i8.
MrBeast got arrested for street racing?
For a Tesla. He now puts all his effort into his business rather than the hamster wheel of materialism. I think MrBeast should have bought a Lambo. He still would have got.
Bro, I don't know if it's true. You guys probably know better or not. I saw a video that somebody made saying that like half of the shit people are saying about MrBeast is just fake, and they like proved it.
Gotten arrested, but
I don't know if that's true or not, though.
It's a high C tier. If you look closely at the cover art of Tyler the Creator,
saw that? Did you actually watch it, Brady?
Your second best album, you'll see a McLaren 650S. The 650 horsepower supercar was one of Tyler's favorites until, according to him, he crashed it and bought a Tesla. He then crashed the Tesla and bought a McLaren. This time it was the more track-focused 675 LT, but the other cars in his garage are...
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, dude. Like, I'll just read a summary because it'll be an hour-and-a-half video, like, debunking shit or just trying... It'll either be an hour-and-a-half video trying to cancel him or an hour-and-a-half video debunking rumors, and I'm like, bro, I'm not watching that. Like, I'm not going to sit down and watch the length of a movie to talk about, like... somebody that I don't know personally.
He's got a Lancia Delta Integrale Evo 1 and Evo 2, an E30 M3, and a Fiat 131, all of which are 80s European racing cars that have cult followings for their boxy lightweight designs, competitive history, and raw driving experiences. He's got a LaFerrari now too, by the way. It's a very easy S tier.
Who is he putting in God?
Designer Ralph Lauren has the most expensive car collection in America. He owns 3 McLaren F1s, one of them being an LM edition. McLaren produced only 5 of these special models, and many collectors expect them to appreciate in value, potentially becoming the most expensive cars ever. Ralph's Mercedes SSK is a...
That is a sick car. That's from 1930.
1930 Batmobile.
People drove these in 1930?
Worth around $40 million. He bought his Ferrari 250 GTO for $300,000
and it just sits there, bro.
In the 1980s, and now it's worth more than its weight in gold. But Lauren's rarest car is his 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC. The supercharged straight-8 engine powered classic is widely regarded as the most beautiful car ever made.
I owned that car in GTA. I remember I won it at the casino.
And only 4 were ever produced.
I have that exact car in my GTA garage.
1 disappeared, 1 got hit.
So let's just say I already know the Z-type.
Hit by a train.
I already know all this stuff. I already know. I know the specs. You don't need a yap to be.
1's in the museum, and the last is owned by Ralph, making it easily a 9-figure car.
Is he putting... Okay, if he doesn't put him in God tier, then he's putting Drake in God tier.
What's up, everybody? You're chilling with me, Aubrey Graham. This is my baby, I guess. It's a 2004 Acura TSX. It's a nice first car, I feel like, as opposed to a Mercedes or BMW. I think that's pretentious, personally. But hey, if you have the money to buy it, then feel free.
Aubrey Drake Graham. Used to drive a 1998 Chevy Malibu before upgrading to a 2004 Acura TSX. A few years later, he was the biggest artist in the world, and all the cars he ever wanted were spawned into his possession. A 1 of 12 Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir, a Maybach Pullman limousine, a custom Rolls-Royce Phantom.
See, that's a badass car. Rolls-Royce Phantom? Dude, any Rolls-Royce, that's a rich people car. Just own one of those fuckers, dude. The customization, that's like the luxury shit that I was talking about. Like, if I ever bought like a really expensive car, I would want to own something like that.
But there's only so fast you can drive your supercars when you're surrounded by a Secret Service level security entourage.
What are we doing? Now I'm stuck in the fucking... Fuck you.
Drake's traffic-cutting presidential blockade seems pretty pretentious. But hey, if you have the money to buy it,
then feel free.
Damn, that was a good-ass fucking video. They have a house tier list. Did we watch that? I'm not watching that today. We'll watch that another day. I gotta sub to this guy. Jack Pockets. Makes good-ass videos. All right, next.